What's up, YouTube? Next Level Yu-Gi-Oh! Back again. I'm in my hotel room after YCS Toronto, and I'm really bored because this guy is sleeping. Yep. So this is the deck I ran. It's a Debris Dragon deck. I dropped, actually. I went X3. I played with some really good people, but whatever. Got some bad beats. But I still think the deck is really good, and I wanna win a mat with it. I just like it. I want to show you guys it, and this is the only time I'm gonna have the full deck, because I'm borrowing a lot of these cards again from him. So I'll just show you that because I like it a lot. 2 Lone Fire Blossom searches all your plants, such as this guy, because I run 2 Dandelion. Really important. And 1 Spore. There's some good combos with Spore and Dandelion and Lone Fire. I'm sure most of you know about already. If not, you can, if this is already face up on the field, you can offer it and get Lone Fire. Or for your Lone Fire, and yeah, you get another Lone Fire. And then you offer the tokens that you get through Dandelion for Spore. And then you can synchro and make like a level 8 or a level 5 or any other level. And I really didn't run Spore in the deck I ran at the actual tournament because I didn't think it was that good. But a bunch of people told me it was really good, and I've been trying it out now. And it's alright. I'm not sure if I'll continue to run it, but for now, it's in the deck. 1 Titanio, Princess of Camellias. This card's really good against Glads and a lot of other decks. Kind of have to run it even though it's a bad draw at times. I still like drawing it sometimes. 1 Quick Draw Synchron. This card is really, really good. Like, make Drill Warrior, Dunk Destroyer. Actually, I don't know. I might end up... He's pretty good. He can force out backwards because he's a good special summon. Drill Warrior is pretty busted if you get it off. 3 Debris Dragon. It's such a good card. Like, you can make Scrap Dragon, Black Rose, and Stardust with your Dandelion tokens while you're gaining advantage with the tokens. So I feel like you have to run 3. It's so good in this deck. It does get Solemn Warning sometimes, but it's ridiculous. 2 Raikou. I only run 2, and no hamster or anything. I just feel like it's a dead draw a lot of the time. I don't want to draw multiple Raikous. That's not the way I like to win this format. So I only run 2, but it does the milling and destroying that it needs to. With Cyber Dragon, they can run over it and not really lose much. So I only like 2. 1 Sangan. Searches like all those cards. He's really good. Trooper. Mills 3. Can mill Dandelion, Spore, or this guy. Treeborn Frog. And this is Tribute Fodder for the next couple cards. This is just a good 1900 beat stick. And it can put pressure on them when I don't really have any strong level 4s besides him. 2 Kais. Good in the mirror match. Good against a lot of things. X-Sabers too. Glads, Infernities. He's good against pretty much everything. Just 2 though. He can be a dead draw, especially if you run 3. I really only like 2, but he's good at 2. I like it a lot. 1 Light and Darkness. This card puts in so much work. I don't think I run more than 1, but it's like when I drop it, I can set it up correctly and I win. Like it's a really good card if you set it up right, which the Treeborn and Dandelion tokens can help you do. Gores is really good right now, especially against some of the weirder decks that are seeing play because it's the very start of the format. And I knew would see play at Toronto. Against Little City and stuff like that, anti-meta, it's really, really good. You can single-handedly win you games if you know how to do it right. Gores is just ridiculous. Now, onto the spells. 2 Pot of Duality. Yeah, I don't own any of these, I'm borrowing these. I'm a good friend. over here, Joji Orlando, Yu-Gi-Oh! Trader 101, shout out to him. Again, this guy. Sorry, that's 3 times. Sorry, you too. But yeah, 2-potted duality. It's really good turn 1 play. Draws into, like, it just lets you set up really well. Like, you can set up a few turns in advance. It doesn't really conflict with the rest of the deck. Like, you don't need to special summon a lot of the time if you can set up a better play. So I like 2 a lot. I don't think I'd run 3, but 2 has been working really, really well for me. Like, I love it. Sometimes I sided out against Glads though. 2 Pot of Avarice. Again, really, really good. Like duality, they're both pots. No, I was gonna say you can't run 3 because I feel like you'll just draw really dead. But at 2, it's pretty good, and it's a good late game top deck. Sometimes I get really lucky and make my opponents feel bad, so then they misplay more. Good strategy. 2 Mystical Space Typhoon. I like forcing the 1-for-1 plays a lot of the time. It can hit Trap Stun, Call the Haunted, Dust Tornado, stuff like that. It's just good. I like it right now. Like, I like simplifying, so I like this card. A lot of people don't like MST this format, but I like it a lot. You can chain it to their MST if you need to. Gotta finish this up. 2 Book of Moon. Good defensive card. Can block bottomless on your Titanial if you need to. Just very versatile. 1 Foolish Burial. This card is fucking ridiculous. Like, you can send Dandelion, summon Lone Fire, or Quick Draw, or Debris Dragon. Like, lots of good plays with this card. Send Treeborn or Spore if you need to. Really, really good. Like, it's one of the best cards in the deck. Cold Wave. With Stormband, I feel like you need some sort of card like this. And it's actually one of the most broken cards in the game. Like, Caius in this, Light and Darkness in this, Drill Warrior, Stardust, Scrap Dragon. All really good with Cold Wave. You can set up pretty easily and break all their setups. 1 Gold Sarcophagus. This is a pick I don't think a lot of people are running. I wouldn't run it because I don't own one, but since I was able to borrow, again, most of this deck, I am running it. But I think it's really good. It can search Cold Wave or Foolish or either of the next 2 cards, which is just really game-breaking. Like, I search Lone Fire too sometimes. 2 turns, I've never found it to, like, lose me the game or anything, because I didn't have 2 turns. It just always ends up searching a really powerful card, like one of those, or even one of those. And it's been really good for me. I know a lot of people don't run it, but I think it's great. 2 staples of the format. Like, these cards are just ridiculous. Like, I don't think I should need to say anymore. Like, if any of you were at Toronto, you would know, just people were losing to Reborn and Whole left and right. With Lone Fire, this card is extremely good, because you can do the Spore plays I talked about, or set up with a big Titanial, or just other synchro plays, and obviously steal their cards. And Dark Hole, it's one of the only outs to a good Titanial lock, so if you're running this deck, you have to be really careful of them having Dark Hole, which I didn't know that, or I didn't apply that to my game as well, so that's why I lost at Toronto. One of the reasons. But yeah, it's pretty much a staple. And I'll do the traps really quickly, because I have like a minute. 2 Bottomless Trap Hole. Good defensive trap. Stops Glads, a lot of other things. 1 Deep Prison. I like just 1-for-1 removal. It's like so easy. You can top deck it, set it, and then they attack, and you just cleared their threat, so it's good. I might take it out actually, but it was decent. It's never really a bad card that you don't want to see, so it's good. Dust Tornado. This is dual terminal, by the way. I like Dust Tornado over Trap Stun because I feel like with Trap Stun you have to flip it hoping they have Warning, and then hoping they don't have Book of Moon, and I just don't like that. I like Dust Tornado better. But this might end up coming out too. I want to try Trap Stun. Gotta go fast. Solemn Warning. Card's like broken. I don't think I'd run more than 1 because 2,000's a lot, but it's really, really good. Mirror Force, pretty much a staple. Same thing with Torrential. Just both good cards, especially at the start of the format. Call the Haunted, good with Lone Fire. Solemn Judgment. I actually didn't run this in my deck. I forgot to write it on my deck list, but now I'm running it because it's obviously broken. And that's the whole deck. That's for all in this video. Good night.